Blessings, Gemini. This is your reading for March of 2024. This is also for anyone that wants to tap into the guidance of the architect or producer. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what comes in for you today. Okay, so you are starting with the 7 and remembering that this is this place of self-awareness, what you're aware of. So what I'm feeling in this is kind of like you've moved into a place where it's new and you're not really sure what to do with it. And because you're focusing so much on the external, that intuitive guidance may be not as strong right now. This is just what I'm picking up here, and that's okay. It's going to come back. I'm definitely feeling that. But you just noticing that that's what's happening, that you've gone a little bit more into the intellectual part, which always happens when we move into a new space, right? That we want to kind of know it intellectually before we kind of move into the embodiment place where we can open up to information beyond that. And that's what I'm getting here. And you're aware of it, which is great, but also be aware that it may not be the best time to make big decisions, just because you're most likely going to bring some programming along. So if there's any big decisions happening right now, just give it a little bit of time. And I'm not kidding, it's going to be a lot of time. I definitely feel this is something you're moving through pretty quickly. But for some of you, this might be a really big change, and you just need some attuning before you take some big actions, is what I'm feeling in this. So take it or leave it. That's what I'm getting. Let's see what. Okay, so here's your shift. Yes, you're definitely in a shift. And you are in the mental part of the shift. You're in the intellectual part of the shift. You're trying to figure it out. You're trying to figure out who am I in this shift? What do I do with myself in this shift? And that is not the time to show up like you know everything. I'm just saying, like, that's the time to step back and ask the intelligence to lead the way and being humble in that. And even kind of keep surrendering is what I'm hearing. Keep surrendering. Let me just feel into this a little bit deeper. I just feel a lot of almost like someone threw you in the deep end and you are dog paddling and you're just like, I don't even remember how to swim. I'm just going to dog paddle until I figure it out. That's kind of what the frequency I'm feeling in this place. But like I said, I do feel like it's going to move through pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and see what's next in the reflection. Okay, so other people do not see you in this way. Other people are seeing like you have it all together. She knows what she's doing. Um, so I guess in that space, gosh, this is so interesting. I just had the image of you dog paddling again, and then having everybody just watching you dog paddle because they are like, oh, she knows what she's doing. She's got all this. Like, we look up to her to find the answers. And then you're kind of like, is anybody going to help me get out of this? And so the reflection isn't matching what's going on inside of you, is what I'm feeling in this. And because of that, another way this would show up is that you've always been like the strong one. And now that you're in this place where you're like wanting to have somebody support you and help you because you've always showed up as the strong one, everyone's like, oh, she always had it in the past and now she's going to have it this time too. Because they look at you, they've kind of put you on this pedestal and they think that you're the enlightened one. You're the blah blah blah. You're um the leader, you're the boss, you're the what else? Oh, you're the household breadwinner slash keep it all together person. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say here. I'm going to see what. Okay, so that was exactly what I was just saying, that they see you as the enlightened one. And because you're the enlightened one, that you would never struggle, right? Or you've put on, okay, this is coming through too. I don't know who this is for, but you've put on the persona of the enlightened one, but underneath you're struggling. And because of that, it's creating a lot of static between you and receiving pure guidance through the intelligence that's turning on. And the intelligence is not only turning on, but it's turning up. And so the disconnect between approaching it in a mental way and actually owning it in your soul, right? Owning it all the way to the bone where you know the spirit within you in such a deep level. And I'm getting this too. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of going on a rampage because this energy is so strong. Going back to the dog paddle, it's time to, I almost see you just being like, okay, I give up, I surrender. I'm just going to lay on my back and float. There's just, that's not quite it either. The thing I keep getting. This is literally, I'm hearing somebody's head saying this. They're gonna find out I am not actually who I say I am. That's what I'm getting with these first two cards. They're going to find out I'm not really who I say I am or who I'm showing up as. There's a mask. Like I keep seeing, like somebody's wearing a mask and they want to be seen a certain way, but they're really not that way. And underneath, it's eating you up inside because you just want to figure out who it is you are and what you're doing. And because of this shift, it's kind of upheavaled you and getting the attention of the persona that you are giving. And now you've stepped back and you're just not sure who you are or what to do. It's going to pass. I definitely feel this, but this is a critical moment, because how you get out of this water is everything. Are you going to just strip down to your bare bones and come in humility in a place where you want to follow the intelligence in a way that you never have before, because you know that's the only other place to go. There's nowhere else to go. The personas, the masks, the showing up as this, showing up as that, you know it's not going to work anymore because it's not where who you want to be anyways. It's like you're so ready to just be in the intelligence and let the intelligence lead the way. Let the intelligence show you who you are. And when I say that, you can put the word God, you can put divine. I know I'm being a little hard on you right now, but this is so strong and this is your turning point. So let's see what's not being shown. Okay, so what you don't realize is if you just literally stop dog paddling and stand up, you're going to find out that the water you're in isn't even deep. As all you have to do is stand up and walk out. And when you stand up and you walk out, you're walking out in the arms of God. You are walking out being held and supported. Is all you have to do is just surrender everything you know and let the intelligence lead the way. So you think that, gosh, I'm just getting this, like you think that if you don't have this grand exit out of the water, like that you're, I don't know what it is, but if everybody's watching, oh, how's she going to do it this time? Oh, this is so great. And it's like almost like this really weird energy. And you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to swim. And then it's all you have to do is stand up and walk out. But you think that if you don't swim out, that people will think badly of you. It's something like that. I don't know. I hope this is, let me know if this is resonating. I just want to know what you're feeling in this. Just stand up and walk out of the water. Even if when you stand up, it literally comes to your knees and you're embarrassed that you are dog paddling and struggling so much. Just do it. That's the information I'm getting. I'm going to share what I get. Okay. And then not only are you supported, but you are walking into abundance because you didn't belong over here. This was not who you were. You were coming in as somebody that was like half you, right? And this change created some friction to where you wanted it kind of rocked you, right? It kind of threw you on into the deep end. And then you got to the deep end and you realized you didn't have the tool to exist there. You didn't know how to swim. And so for you didn't want to let other people know that you needed help because you don't know how to swim, because you would be seen as less than. And what the divine is saying, just literally stand up. You're in knee deep water. It's not that bad. You're fully supported and you're ready to walk towards an abundant life. Just walk out of the water. It's only up to your knee. Okay, this is good. I'm really liking this for you because let's see where you're going to go now that this has been revealed. Okay, so now you're moving into co-creation and you're getting the embodiment level of the one, which is the answer, right? But then you're receiving the answer in a place of a soul level, right? You're receiving the new way, right? Because the one is the reset, it's the new start, but you're starting it in from a place of embodiment. So the co-creation between you and the divine is like, you're like, okay, I'm ready to start over. I can do this. I'm in a total reset. I am just putting all of that behind me. Who am I if I surrender that I need to be seen a certain way, that I need to be a certain way, that blah, 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 all of the programming that we put. It's like, oh, well, I got attention being this person in the past, so that's who I'm going to be. All of that needs to go. And now you're in the embodiment level of this one where you're opening yourself up to self-discovering, who am I if I follow the intelligence of the divine? Who am I if I let the intelligence lead the way? I'm putting my programming behind me. I'm choosing what is in this abstract space because I know my next step will be revealed, and it will. But there might be some attuning in learning how to live this way. And the co-creation is, is my next step through the intelligence, or is my next step through my programming? That is the co-creation. It's always being aware of where am I taking my next step from. Okay, and then you have the two, which is that bridge between where you are now and where you're going. It's the bridge between communication of a place of purity in the divine or a place of programming in the divine. Because if we approach the divine through our programming, we're just going to get more programming. If we approach the divine or the intelligence through a place of humility and surrender and being willing to sit in the uncomfortable to receive the next right step, everything becomes magical. It is a discipline to do that. And that's what I'm getting in these cards. Okay. So we're going to particles of possibility. You're also getting another four. This is I love that you're getting embodiment cards over here. So you're embodying this new set, this new start. And in your particles of possibility, which is normally very abstract, you're actually getting a foundational card. So what this is telling me is that you're starting to feel comfortable in the unknown. You're starting to know that in the unknown is where you should be. And not only where is it where you should be, but it is the place where you are most supported, because that's when your programming isn't getting in the way. The persona isn't getting in the way. It's a place where you get to just rest in your purest space, in your purest truth. And just what I see is like you're literally sitting in almost like this dark room, and there's a little bit of light, but not a lot. And you're just waiting for like a flash of a screen to turn on so that you can get the guidance of where you need to go next. And until that turns on, you're willing to sit there. That's kind of the frequency I'm getting. Okay, and here's your next one. So you're sitting in the uncomfortable, knowing that this is the place for you to be. So you keep surrendering into the uncomfortable, waiting for the next right step. That's your practice. Then that's what I keep getting. It's time to surrender and follow the intelligence. It's time to put away the ego. It's time to put away the programming. I'm going to leave it at that. You guys know what I'm talking about, and this is so powerful. If you will allow this reading to help support you and the codes to turn on the frequency of where you're going, it's going to be the biggest shift of your life. Okay, so another four. So you have 3 4s that are supporting you. So as you start to do this listen and do, waiting for the intelligence to show you the way, you do start to build a new foundation to stand on, right? And the foundation is more solid, right? Because this is in probability. And but you'll also see, I love this card because it's a solid foundation that is very that like you know it in your mind, right? So you're going to explore what this is with your mind. But then it also has the 3, which is that you're always going and looking at what is working and what isn't, so that you can stay in this really solid foundation. So when you go looking, you're not looking into your programming. You're looking here and here to continue to create this, because the blueprint is still there. So it's still being built, is what I'm saying. So you're still in the process of building it. So always, anytime we're in the process of building anything, the intelligence leads the way. And you're going to do it. You're going to move into a space of mastery. The mastery comes in the surrender. The mastery comes in the humility. The mastery comes in letting the intelligence lead the way. Whew. Okay, let's go ahead and code you. So just placing your hands on your heart, just feeling into that heart space, breathing in that white blue light, attuning all of the cells to 963. Just attuning yourself into your quantum body, the quantum experience of the intelligence that is transcribed in your DNA. And then we will turn on the code 5, 11, 8, 2, 1, 22. So just feeling that as it activates in every cell of your body. Attuning you into your next so that you can become one with the intelligence, that you're co creating within the intelligence so that you can find your mastery. I'm sending you all so much love and a great big hug until we meet again.